Welcome, everyone, to Experience the Violet Flame for happiness, health, and wholeness. My name is Christine Johnston, and my hope is that during this introduction to the Violet Flame, that you will be inspired to experiment with its life-changing power. You may recognize the image on this slide as the Ascended Master, Saint Germain. Saint Germain is the sponsor of the gift of the Violet Flame to mankind. I'm a longtime student and teacher of the teachings of the Ascended Masters. I truly have been remade by the use of the Violet Flame. It has changed the lens through which I view and experience life. The Violet Flame has helped me heal painful memories, limiting thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, and has brought greater peace and joy to my life. We sometimes call the Violet Flame the cosmic eraser. I first learned about the Violet Flame when I began to study the teachings of the Ascended Masters as taught by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. This is an image of Mrs. Prophet. Mrs. Prophet made her transition to higher realms in 2009. She was an author, teacher, and messenger for the Ascended Masters and a founder of the Summit Lighthouse. The Summit Lighthouse has been publishing the Ascended Master teachings for more than 50 years. It's published over 100 books in more than 30 languages. Mrs. Prophet taught on a wide variety of spiritual subjects: angels and archangels, karma and reincarnation, soulmates and twin flames, spiritual psychology, and much more. The Ascended Masters are our elder brothers and sisters on the spiritual path. They walk the earth, balanced their karma, mastered the circumstances of their lives, and ascended back to God. They're the adventurers of the spirit who pushed beyond the boundaries of orthodox tradition. The Ascended Masters teach a tried and true spiritual path, and the Violet Flame is a key teaching of that path. Just as a ray of sunlight passing through a prism is refracted into 7 colors, spiritual light manifests as 7 colored rays. Each of the colored rays manifests specific qualities. The qualities of the violet ray are mercy, forgiveness, freedom, and transmutation. The violet ray is the most physical of all the 7 spiritual rays and closest in vibratory action to matter, and therefore has the greatest ability of all the rays to affect the physical plane. In times past, the knowledge of the Violet Flame was only available to those who had passed difficult initiations in secret societies. These saints and sages of East and West used the Violet Flame to accelerate their spiritual development. And it was not until the 20th century that the Violet Flame was made available to everyone. This came about because the Ascended Master, Saint Germain, saw the many challenges we were facing on Earth. He went before the spiritual overseers for this planet known as the Karmic Board and proposed that the knowledge and the use of the Violet Flame be made available to everyone. For collateral, he offered all the Violet Flame that he had garnered throughout his evolutions. They agreed to Saint Germain's plan with the following stipulation. They would release the Violet Flame in a pilot project to a small group of devotees. If it was used honorably for the blessing of life, they would allow the knowledge of the Violet Flame to be released to everyone. Thankfully, the project was a success. Now you can read about the Violet Flame on the Summit Lighthouse websites and in books available around the world. So how do we use the Violet Flame? We invoke the Violet Flame through mantra, also called decrees, and visualization. When we give a mantra, we draw the power of God's energy into our world to manifest positive change. The power of the spoken word is the power to create. Negative energy of our karma accumulates in the atoms in our bodies, causing the atoms and electrons to slow down in their spin. When we invoke the Violet Flame, the interaction between the nucleus of the atom and the light of the Violet Flame establishes an oscillation or a vibrating back and forth, which transforms the negative energy into light. Without this dense energy, the electrons begin to move more freely, raising our vibration into a more spiritual state. On the next slide, we're going to hear a 2-minute video clip of Mrs. Prophet teaching an audience about the Violet Flame. She mentions the first Keeper of the Flame lesson. These are a series of lessons of spiritual teachings published by the Summit Lighthouse.
Next slide you're going to see is the violet fire burning through what appear to be rocks or clumps of wood. You have to imagine this at the cellular level of karma lodging in the cells and molecules and atoms of your being, flecks of dust or soot or crystallized substance that has a negative vibration. That is exactly how karma clogs our beings, our bodies, the earth, the water, the air. And that is why we get burdened, and that's why our vibrations go down. The definition of vibration, by the way, is the rate of the spin of the electron around the atoms of your being. That's the truth, and that's what you'll read about in the first Keeper of the Flame lesson. So what happens is that the density of our consciousness, because it's God's light, we're misqualifying, it accumulates as fine dust or smog between those wide open spaces of the electrons. So they slow down, they can't pass through as easily. And the rate of that revolution of the electron around the nucleus determines your personal vibration. And the more you have light and the violet flame, the more you accelerate, the more you have energy. There is a new joy in your life because the electrons themselves are enjoying that cosmic spin you're giving them. So that substance that gets heavy between the electrons has been compared to molasses or asphalt hardened or to clumps of substance like on the screen.
I'd like to comment regarding the colors of the chakras. These colors have been given to us from the Ascended Masters through their messenger as the colors of the chakras in their highest vibrational state. The short violet flame mantra, which is on the slide, is sponsored by the Ascended Master, Saint Germain. The mantra goes like this: I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. And as we give this powerful mantra, we visualize ourselves in the cleansing, dancing violet flame. The violet flame will start to consume negative energy patterns of consciousness that we desire to let go of. I invite you to give this mantra with a 1-minute audio recording of Mrs. Prophet leading the decree. You may wonder why we repeat a mantra. Sound and words are energetic chalices of light. The more the mantra is repeated, the more light is invoked.
I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires.
The next slide is the same mantra with a visualization of the violet flame within an atom. The pace is faster and it ends with an Om.
I am I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires.
I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires.
We've seen that the violet flame purifies our atoms, and it also purifies our chakras, or spiritual energy centers. Our chakras are meant to be whirling, powerful, step-down transformers of God's light. It's through these 7 energy centers that spiritual energy from our higher self is dispersed throughout our body. It is our karma or past misuses of God's light that negatively impacts the flow of light from our higher self. This chart represents a fundamental teaching of the Ascended Masters. It's called the chart of the Divine Self. It's a diagram of our real self, a portrait of God within us. There are 3 figures in this chart: an upper figure known as the I Am Presence and the causal body. The middle figure is the higher self, and the lower figure depicts us in physical form. When we recite a mantra, we are drawing light from our highest body to the lowest of the 3 bodies to what is known as the crystal cord, which you can see as a stream of white light in the center of the slide. This slide of the upper figure is the chart. In the chart represents the I Am Presence and the causal body. In the center of the colored rings is the I Am Presence, which is the individualized presence of God for each of us. Although the causal body is depicted as colored rings, it's actually interpenetrating spheres of light surrounding each one's I Am Presence. You can see the crystal cord as a white stream of light descending from the I Am Presence. The dove represents the Holy Spirit. The spheres of the causal body contain the records of all of our virtuous acts from our many incarnations. It's our cosmic bank account in heaven. Each color of the causal body relates to one of the 7 rays and one of the 7 chakras and their corresponding qualities of God. The middle figure of the chart is our higher self, our inner teacher, our guardian angel. Just as the upper figure, the I Am Presence, is the presence of God as Father individualized, so the higher self is the presence of the Son in each of us. Depending on our background, we can think of the higher self as Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, or Guru Nanak. All these masters are part of the universal higher self. The higher self is the mediator between us evolving on planet Earth and God. It's the voice that speaks within our heart, the voice of conscience that tells us right from wrong, giving guidance when we learn to listen. Invoking the violet flame mantras helps us to transmute the misuses of God's light, enabling us to have a greater connection with a higher self. The lower figure in the chart represents us on planet Earth within what is called the tube of light. We invoke the tube of light with mantra and visualization. Each time we give the mantra, we are reinforcing an armor of protection of light around us. As we give the tube of light mantra, we visualize ourselves standing in a cylinder of white light, 9 feet in diameter, descending from the I Am Presence, the upper figure in the chart, and it goes beneath our feet. Within the tube of light, we visualize violet flame. We usually stand as we give the tube of light decree, as it allows us to visualize the cylinder of light around our entire form. Our focused attention and devotion while giving the mantra are keys to its power. Our focused attention improves with practice. Let's give this decree, and you can stand if you wish. Beloved, I am presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, called forth now in God's own name, Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I am calling forth violet fire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I am one with a violet flame. Forgiveness is an essential key to transmuting our karma. Karma is a universal law, and we receive a return of whatever energy we send out through our thoughts, feelings, or actions. We're karmically tied to those who we do not forgive. If we want to forgive but need help, the violet flame will help us heal the pain preventing us from forgiving. This slide depicts winged violet flame spheres of forgiveness being directed from the heart. I'm going to play some meditative music, and I invite you to join a violet flame ritual of forgiveness. I'll be asking you to bring to your mind someone who you would like to forgive. It could be yourself, another person, or even God. Close your eyes and visualize yourself within the dancing, cleansing violet flame. Bring to your mind the image of someone who you are ready to forgive and who would benefit from your forgiving love. You can ask your higher self to help you let go of any sense of injustice, anger, blame, or negative memories, and that the person you want to forgive will be able to receive your desire for resolution. Send winged violet flame forgiving spheres from your heart to theirs. You may want to close your meditation with a sincere intention to continue your journey of forgiving and healing. We can send violet flame healing to others and to our planet. I invite you to give another violet flame decree with a 2-minute video clip of Mrs. Prophet leading the decree. The images will give you an idea of how you can visualize others in the violet flame.
I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. I am the violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. The violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. I am the violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. The violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. I am the violet mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. The violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. I am the violet mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone. I am the violet flame in action in me now. I am the violet flame to light alone I bow. The violet flame in mighty cosmic power. I am the light of God shining every hour. I am the violet flame blazing like a sun. I am God's sacred power freeing everyone.
We don't have to be limited by our circumstances or our past. We can transmute obstacles of consciousness that have prevented us from manifesting greater success. The violet flame accelerates the functioning of our mind, rejuvenates our body, and helps us to accomplish more. The more we use the violet flame, the more it frees us from limiting conditions. Saint Germain gave us the gift of the violet flame so that we could rise above our karma. As we transmute our karma, we change our future. The violet flame is sometimes called the violet singing flame because it causes the very atoms and molecules of our being to sing as they accelerate their frequency. In closing the presentation, we're going to hear a 2-minute violet flame meditation led by Mrs. Prophet.
Come, violet flame. Come, violet flame, now blaze and blaze and blaze. Come, violet flame, to raise and raise and raise. The earth and all thereon, the earth and all thereon, the earth and all thereon. Come, violet flame, now raise and raise and raise. Come, violet flame, to blaze and blaze and blaze. The plants and elemental creatures, the plants and elemental creatures, the plants and elemental creatures. I am a being of violet fire, I am the purity God desires, I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Light set me free, light set me free, light set me free. Light I am, light I am, light I am, I am, I am. Light command, light command, light command, command, command. Light demand, light demand, light demand, demand, demand. Light expand, light expand, light expand, expand, expand. Light I am, light I am, light I am, I am, I am. Light set me free, light set me free. I am a being of violet fire, I am the purity God desires, I am that I am. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Here and now I take my vow to be thyself. Oh, be thyself as God in me, I see thyself as God in me. A flame to keep, a flame to know, this is the life that I would know I am. That I am, oh God, I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Violet flame come forth, violet flame come forth. I command, I am, I am.
If you'd like to continue your study and practice of the violet flame, I have some options for you. There's a violet flame challenge of giving 15 minutes daily of violet flame decrees for 30 days. You can read more about it at violetflame.com. Participants receive a daily email with wisdom from the archangels or masters on the power of the violet flame. Another source is the Summit Lighthouse website, summitlighthouse.org. There are also many Summit Lighthouse publications available on the summitlighthouse.org website bookstore or from Amazon. Search either Summit Lighthouse or Elizabeth Clare Prophet. I hope you're inspired to experiment with the life-changing gift of the violet flame from the heart of Saint Germain.